Hello readers, as we promised you that we will be coming up with the daily GK update videos. So here we are with the first daily GK update video, and we will be covering the GK updates from April 2016. So let's discuss what are the important current affairs of 1st April 2016. And it is an initiative once again by your own Adda 247 with bankersadda.com and currentaffairsadda.com. So you all must thank them for this new initiative. And we really hope that you will love this new way of teaching or remembering the things. So let's discuss the important news. The first news is India becomes the 4th largest spender of defense. So the news is India is the 4th largest spender. Some details: India has become the world's 4th largest spender in its 2016-17 defense budget, and this is given by a US research firm named IHS Incorporation. And the same organization also expects that India's defense budget will be around $64.8 billion by 2020. And what could be the next question is, so if India is on the 4th spot, which country is the highest spender on defense budget? So my answer to this will be United States of America. And also the one question could be asked from this is, where is the headquarter of? It's not HIS, it is IHS. So IHS headquarter is in Colorado, United States of America. So the first news is India becomes the 4th largest spender. Now, one more important thing before coming to some more news is that this is the way of learning current affairs. You have to talk cut to cut in this, as it will not be around 10 news which you have to study. It will be around hundreds and thousands of news which you will be studying. So we want you to read like this only. So from this particular point, what can be the important points? Which country is the 4th largest spender? India. Who has given this data? IHS Incorporation. IHS Incorporation headquarter, United States. And which is the highest spender, the largest spender on defense? My answer will be US. So let's talk about the next news. Japan to lend 14,000 crore rupees for Indian projects. So the government of Japan has committed a loan of JPY, Japanese yen, 242 billion yens, which will be, if we convert it into Indian figures, it will be around 14,251 crores for the projects in which states? The answer is Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh and Northeast India. Now, if we talk about some more points related to this news, this approximately 40,251 crores will be deployed in a transmission system where in Madhya Pradesh, for sanitation improvement in Odisha, and for a freight corridor project in the northeastern states, and a micro drip irrigation project in Jharkhand. So this 14,251 crores will be deployed in for a transmission program, second for a sanitation improvement program, the third one is for freight corridor project, and the next one is for an irrigation project. So the question could be like from this news is, which country will provide a loan of around 14,000 crore rupees for development projects in the Indian states? So my answer to this will be Japan. So let's discuss the next news, and it's a straightforward news. The first female speaker of Vietnam's parliament. So Vietnam's National Assembly elected Nguyen Thi Kim Ngan as the country's first female house speaker, and she also became the chairperson of National Election Council. So the question could be, for sure, mark this as important news. this is an important news. So the first female speaker of Vietnam is Nguyen Thi Kim Ngan. Let's discuss the next news. And it's about a summit. Mark this also as important, as we have seen in the exams like IBPS or in SBI, we have seen summits will be coming. So this news is the 4th nuclear summit began in Washington DC, that is in America. The 4th edition of the Nuclear Security Summit, that is NSS, began in Washington, USA to discuss a gamut of issues pertaining to nuclear security. In this edition, heads of around 53 countries and also representatives of 5 international organizations including the UNO, the IAEA, the EU, the Interpol are taking part. And who is being represented by India? India is being represented by a Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So my question from this is the 4th Nuclear Security Summit in which country? My answer, Washington. What is the full form of IAEA? It is International Atomic Energy Agency. And EU, we all know EU is European Union. Let's come to the next news. ICCR to set up first Indian chair in Arab world at Cairo. Cairo is basically, it is in Egypt. ICCR. So what is the full form of ICCR? ICCR is Indian Council for Cultural Relations. So the news is the ICCR will have its first Indian chair in which Arab country? Answer is Egypt. Cairo, Egypt. An MOU, that is the Memorandum of Understanding, in short agreement, was signed between India's ambassador to Egypt, Sanjay Bhattacharya, on behalf of ICCR, and Professor Abdel Wahab, the acting president of AS. And one more question from this could be, it can be a static question, static GK question. Who founded the ICCR? So it is founded by India's first education minister, and he was Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. So from this particular news, the first question could be ICCR will set up the first Indian chair in Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. The second point, who is the India's ambassador to Egypt? My answer is Sanjay Bhattacharya. And who is the founder of ICCR? So my answer will be Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. So from this particular news, the first is Cairo, you have to study. Sanjay Bhattacharya you should know, and the third one is Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Let's come to the next news. Now it's about a scheme or a portal. The Union government launches Startup Portal and its mobile app. And what is the name of the portal? It is startupindia.gov.in. Do remember this. This can be an important point, an important question. It was launched by whom? It was launched by the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion by Ramesh Abhishek in New Delhi. And the portal will provide up-to-date informations issued by various government ministries and departments. So, which portal is recently launched by the Union government? So my answer could be Startup India portal. The next question could be what is the URL of the startup portal? So my answer to this is startupindia.gov. Now let's come to the next news. It's about a business news. OVL, that is ONGC Videsh Limited. So which country? Russia approved what? ONGC Videsh Limited to acquire 15% stake. Stake matlab 15% ownership in Vankor oil field. If we discuss it in more detail, then it is like Russia has approved a deal of ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, Videsh Limited OVL, to acquire 15% stake in Vankor oil field from company name Rosneft. The deal is worth 1.3 billion dollars. And what will it help? It will help to raise the capacity of OVL, oil generation capacity of OVL, to about 3.5 million metric ton oil a year. So it will help it will help the OVL, that is the ONGC Videsh Limited, to increase its oil capacity. So the question could be like, which company's 15% share has been acquired by OVL? So my answer will be ONGC Videsh Limited. And with this 15% stake, now the ONGC stake has increased to how much percent? It has increased to 26%. The important point from this is 15% stake acquired recently by whom? By OVL, that is ONGC Videsh Limited. Which company? Vankor Oil Field, and the company name is Rosneft. Let's discuss the next news. Again a business news and a very direct news. Ultratech Cement, which is a part of Aditya Birla Group company, agreed to buy Jay Prakash Associate, that is JP Cement, 21.2 million tons cement capacity for 15,900 crores. This means that Ultratech Cement will buy some units of JP Cement, and those units are having a capacity of approximately 21.2 million tons per annum cement capacity. And while the deal will take Ultratech Cement capacity to 91 million tons per annum from its present 68 million tons per annum, it will help JP to reduce its debt. मतलब उनका लोन जो है वो कम हो जाएगा. तो it's a direct news. Which company agreed to buy JP Cement units? So my answer to this is Ultratech Cement. So I think this is clear. Let's discuss the next one. And again a business news. It's about Flipkart. So what is Flipkart has done? Flipkart has acquired another firm and its name is PhonePe. And it's a good name. It's a big comic name, PP, that is PhonePe. So let's discuss. India's largest e-commerce company Flipkart has acquired PhonePe, which is nothing but a Bangalore-based mobile payment company, and which was co-founded by ex-Flipkart employee Sameer Nigam and Rahul Chari. The PhonePe is building India's unified payment interface, that is UPI-based product, which is planned to go live in April. So again a direct news. Which company is acquired recently by Flipkart? So my answer to this will be PhonePe, which is a Bangalore-based mobile payment company. FICCI and AIBC sign MOU to strengthen business ties. Now what is AIBC here? AIBC is Australia India Business Council, AIBC. So my question here can be, FICCI has recently signed an MOU with which organization to strengthen का मतलब होता है to strong the business ties. In a bit further, to strengthen and promote business ties with which country? With Australia. FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, announced an MOU with AIBC, that is Australia India Business Council, and this was signed with in the presence of our Honorable Prime Minister, who was there in Australia also who inaugurated the Make in India program in Australia also. So he came there, he went there. So the agreement was signed in presence of visiting Finance Minister Arun Jaitley during Invest in India Roundtable Conference in Australia. The agreement will help to further promote, facilitate and grow the trade and investment relation between India and Australia. So what is this important for you? What could be the question? The question could be, what is the full form of AIBC? AIBC is Australia India Business Council. What is the full form of FICCI? Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. So they both signed an agreement, and which will help them in growing business ties between India and Australia. Now let's discuss the next news. It's about the last state which has been formed, Telangana. So Telangana government has launched what? M-Wallet mobile app. The State Road Transport Authority brand new mobile app, that is M-Wallet, was launched by the IT Minister K.T. Ramarao and Transport Minister P. Mahendra Reddy. Now what is this? M-Wallet will help. M-Wallet will help the motorist to avoid physically carrying documents like driving license, registration certificate and other vehicle related documents, since digital certificates can be uploaded through app. So this means that when we are traveling, when we are riding a bike, if a policeman came, he asks for this document, he asks for this document, what Telangana does? They have an app. You can upload all your documents in the app and then show it to the policeman. So it's a very good initiative which is launched by Telangana government. So Telangana State Transport Ministry launched the brand new mobile name app. What is the name of the app? Remember this, the name of the app is M-Wallet. So again a direct question, mainly a direct question, which state launched M-Wallet mobile app? The answer will be Telangana. Or the question could be like, Telangana government recently launched an app which will help their motorists to avoid physically carrying documents like driving license or registration certificate. So my answer to this will be M-Wallet mobile. I think this should be clear. So let's discuss the next one. Haryana fixes EDU. EDU here means education qualifications for urban bodies poll. Urban bodies mainly means municipalities. Haryana Assembly passed 2 bills mandating minimum education qualifications for contesting in urban local bodies. So what is that minimum education qualification? Though they have made the minimum education qualification class 10 for a male candidate, while that for a woman candidate and those belonging to SC category would be class 8th. So 2 minimum qualifications are there. For male they have 10th, and for women and for SC category persons they are having 8th. So which state recently fixes the education qualification for urban poll, for contesting in urban polls? So my answer will be Haryana. I think this is clear. Now let's discuss the next news. Now Mumbai to get International Arbitration Center by August. So which is the city of India which will be getting which will be getting the International Arbitration Center? So my answer will be Mumbai. This will be India's first arbitration center for dealing with the financial disputes. So the question for sure could be, it's an important news. Mark, this is important. It's an important news. The question could be, which Indian city will get the India's first arbitration center for dealing with the financial disputes? So my answer to this will be Mumbai. And what could be the question right now, since there has been no arbitration center in India? So which is right now handling the arbitration, which is right now handling the disputes of India, the financial disputes of India? So my answer is Singapore Arbitration Center. So I think this is clear. So which city will get the first international arbitration center in India? The answer is Mumbai, which is also known as the financial capital of India. Clear? Now let's come to the next one. It's about a new appointment. It's a direct news. Rajiv Gauba has been appointed as the secretary took over as a secretary to Government of India under the Ministry of Urban Development. So who became the secretary of Urban Development Ministry? Who took over as the secretary of Urban Development Ministry? So my answer will be Rajiv Gauba. Clear? Now it's about an obituary. The last of the 1st April Daily GK update video. Renowned Iraqi British architect named Zaha Hadid passed. So renowned Iraqi born British architect Zaha Hadid passed away at the age of 65. Reason was heart attack. And she was the world's most famous female architect and was famous for its neo-futuristic design, which was her signature style. And important one, she was the first female winner of Pritzker Architecture Prize, which is also known as the Nobel for Architecture. So mark this as important one. For sure this will be coming in the news. So I think this is clear. So the renowned Iraqi British architect who recently died at the age of 65. So the answer is Zaha Hadid. So students, thank you for today. We really hope that you will like this new initiative of Daily GK updates in a different style, in a BA style. And we will be coming back with the second April GK update video very soon. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you, and keep following Adda247, the YouTube channel, with the daily GK updates of bankersadda.com, currentaffairs.com, and also the SSC Adda www.ecom. Thank you.